Hello Internet, Stadia fans and fans of Sounds of Stadia. Welcome to another, the second in as many days, live stream reactions right off the hot heels of our Ubisoft Forward event reaction. You've got myself, Chris, one of your hosts. Right below me, we've got the man of many pixels, Mr. Richie as well. And below him, holding up the fort, smartly dressed as ever. You'd think he'd just been to work. Mr. Tom is with us as well. Thank you for joining us, everybody who's already in the chat. Big hello from all of us. Are you excited, gentlemen? Are
Very
you excited?
and also dressed for the part.
Yeah, exactly. You're making myself and Richie look a bit scruffy.
Yeah, you're going to have to step up your game for the podcast next week, gents.
Really going to have to step
up
our
your dress
game.
game.
I've been waiting for that moment where we can actually jump in fully dressed for an occasion. We need like a big announcement. Maybe when we get some corporate sponsorship, we can go from there.
We did go fully dressed for the wave break stream.
That's true, but not quite waistcoat and tie like Mr. Tom's representing down there.
Not quite dap, is it?
Not quite dap. Anyone who just tunes in is just going to think you're dressed weirdly as fuck for a live stream to do with like this guy's clearly excited for a Google Connect or Stadia Connect.
Live. It's the Sounds of Stadia Podcast.
Exactly.
Teacher dressed for the part. Dressed to his name.
I am dressed.
He is indeed dressed for the part. So yeah, hello to everyone in the chat as well. So Pedro, Lukey, welcome as well. Eddie, hello. Stadia Hunters, JP, you're there as well. Brilliant. We've got about 8 minutes, and in classic lineup, I do have the YouTube channel kind of queued up here, ready to go as well. Now, we do always remember the last Connect. They just kind of drop the video onto the channel. There's no countdown. There's no live stream to tune in for. It's essentially just nobody has a clue what's happening. They hit refresh repeatedly until it drops. So hopefully it's going to be a timely drop and we're not going to be too far behind the rest of the world. But we got a bit of news ahead of today. We didn't get that many leaks, not as many as Ubisoft like to dish out. Ubisoft's like the Titanic at some point when they're trying to plug leaks left, right and centre.
Swiss cheese is what it is. It's Swiss cheese.
It really, really is. But we did have one leak. I don't actually want to bring it up here just yet because we're on the cusp of it. So it seems for anyone who's missed it, we'll keep hush-hush. But we have seen there's one game coming to Stadia, which I'm quite excited for some of the things it brings to the table. Tom's massively excited. But we'll keep hush-hush for the sake of the next couple of minutes. You might as well enjoy it in all its full reveal glory. I'm hoping that's not their one last thing.
I'm not actually sure which ones you're talking about now because I know of 2 games that have been kind of announced today. One was leaked, but one wasn't an official tweet.
Oh, well, okay, there you go. So maybe we'll both get a surprise out of this then. Emon's in the chat as well. Thank you for dropping by, Emon. We do appreciate it. Before we get into the actual video, while we start frantically clicking refresh on the hour mark, Richie, do you want to give us a rundown of our predictions from this week's Sounds of Stadia podcast? Just so the audience out there is up to date with what we are hoping for, what we really want to see.
Yeah. So the way we did this time is we went for 3 AAAs, 3 indies, and a feature each. So Chris went for Skyrim, EA's final game to be announced, and to be The Sims, and Crash and Sane Trilogy as his AAAs. His indies were A Plague Tale: Innocence, Valiant Heart, and Outer Wilds, and his feature is Stadia 2.0. Tom went with Diablo 4, Dark Souls Trilogy, and Final Fantasy XIV Online as his AAAs. His indies were Stardew Valley, Dead Cells, and Hades. And his feature was family sharing. I rounded things up because I completely forgot to do any sort of prep for this in lieu of the podcast. Parts of Final Fantasy X and X-2, which, there we go. This is the level of my predictions. The Ezio Collection and Rainbow Six Siege within a month. Indies were Untitled Goose Game, Super Meat Boy, and Bastion because I was literally reaching for straws. And my feature, I went with YouTube integration.
YouTube integration. So quite a few things there. Tom, I've managed to find one of your tweets that's just gone out. Thought I'd pull it up big screen for everyone in the world to see who doesn't follow us over on Twitter. Again, looking quite dapper, ready for the stream right there. Let's find everyone's all over it. Let's make sure we're on the Stadia page just so we don't miss anything. If you chaps see the video go live before me, let me know as well so I can bring our audience up to date. Thank you, Brian, for dropping up, guys, as well. Yeah, we are super excited for this to get going now. It's getting there, gents. 4 minutes. Any last minute? Obviously, we're not allowed to change our predictions from the episode. We implore you to go check out the predictions episode after this, just to laugh at how many we've probably got wrong. The hype's been building all day.
To everyone, what we're going to be doing after the event as well.
Oh yeah, it's a very good shout,
Yes, we
Tom.
should.
What are we doing?
So immediately after this event as well, we are going to be joining the guys over at the Stadia Initiative and this week on Stadia Unfiltered. And we are going to be bringing you a nice big collaborative wrap-up, essentially, of what we get to witness today. Hopefully it's all good news. Hopefully it's things we can actually get really excited about. And hopefully it's not just a slag festival, so I'll just sitting there just ripping the hell out of what we've just seen. So we'll definitely drop the link over once we get that there, but be sure to come with us. We'd love you to join us to hear what we have to say following the event. Obviously, we'll have our thoughts here as well. But yeah.
Indeed.
I've just dropped the link in the chat for everyone for later. So
Coolios.
get that queued up.
Fantastic. Thank you for dropping by, Michael and Barry as well. Great to see you all. It looks like everyone's turning out for the Stadia Connect. It's almost as though they've got their tantalising fingers into us, and we're all excited. I really hope it's good, guys. Like,
Did you just say they got the tantalising fingers into us?
yeah, that's exactly what I said, Richie.
Literally in us.
Inside us, ready to twiggle those gear sticks, ready to go.
This is just getting a bit too sexual for me, Chris.
Well, Tom, you're the one enticing me with the way you look.
It's true.
If you didn't want to, don't dress that way. Chris Hale as well in the chat. Thanks for stopping by. Great to see you as well.
Michael says love a waistcoat as well, mate. Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, you're really underselling this for me and Richie still. Richie, should we go get changed really quickly? We've got 2 minutes.
Nah, I'm good.
See, Gargo on the chat, he likes the sound of that. So tantalising fingers just does it for some people. Some people it's a waistcoat, some people it's tantalising features. Some people it's just Stadia games announced.
Yeah.
Are we expecting this to go on for about 35 minutes? Didn't we joke last time the magic time for the magic time was like 33 minutes and 70s? I can't remember what it was. There was like a magic sweet spot.
I think it was around about the 16 to 17 minute marker. I think it was actually even shorter than what you might have thought it was before. So
The guy going 33 says, Richie, call me. Mid the show. I've got 2 shows to do tonight.
Guys, it's not even 6 o'clock yet. What is going on in chat?
Well, funny you should say that, gentlemen. It is the weather is nice, the news is hot. I'm gonna celebrate.
Right, that's not Vimto Fizzy. What's up?
It's not Vimto Fizzy, it's something stronger.
Hide the pain, Chris.
But you know what? We only get one of these once every 3 months, right? Why not celebrate?
Absolutely.
Tom opts for clothing. I opt for a beverage. Richie, what's your vice tonight? What are you doing differently for the Stadia Connect?
I mean, I'm drinking water, so that's what
I'm doing. you crazy bastard! You crazy bastard!
30 seconds away, gents. 30 seconds.
When do I start clicking refresh on everything?
I've been periodically hitting it. One thing we should mention is none of us predicted Apex Legends because we all agree that we're expecting to see it tonight.
Oh wow! Oh, so Tom, you froze in like a lovely position there. You're back now. You're back now. But there was a brief moment where you're almost rolling your eyes whilst cracking your glasses, and it picked it up perfectly.
Fantastic.
Anyway, it's refresh time, gentlemen. Let's get into it.
It is refresh time.
Right.
We just hit the hour mark, according to me.
Yep. Same here.
Cheers, Michael. Haha, love the suit.
Here it is. Here it is. Updates coming our way. 18 minutes long. Ooh. Chat, make sure audio's good.
Oh, I did not see it yet.
Wait there. We'll try it. We'll pause and we'll rewind for the guys to find it. The Twitter page has just put it up.
Okay.
Right now, here it is. Watch our latest Stadia Connect. You all good?
No.
2 seconds. Loading it now. Clicking the link.
Stadia Twitter.
Got it. Okay.
Richie, you good?
Good.
Michael as well. Loves the suit. You got to go? Right, we are going on 3, 2, 1, play.
Ooh,
Peggy, 18.
18.
Yeah. Here we go.
Everything that we've got so far, really.
One thing I can give him credit for actually is Unlike other press conferences, because it's not live.
Hi, I'm
choosing
Megan,
4K.
and I lead Stadia's user experience research team. Welcome to today's Stadia Connect. You just saw some of the incredible games you can start playing right now with Stadia Pro. Today, we'll show you even more games coming to Stadia, and give you a close look at some new games arriving later this year from Stadia Games and Entertainment. But let's start with those Stadia Pro games you just saw. You can play
Stadia
all of them
Games and
today for
Entertainment.
free
That's
with
their
your
first
Stadia
party,
Pro
right?
subscription, without having to buy expensive hardware. We're adding new games to Stadia Pro every month, and players who have claimed games with Pro since launch have scored more than 24 free games. If you haven't signed up yet, you can try Stadia Pro for free by heading to
A lot
stadia.com
of games.
to start playing all of these games instantly, today.
Sure is.
We say instantly a lot here at Stadia.
Instantly.
Making your games quicker and easier to play is behind everything we do. Now, your games are getting even more instant with Click to Play.
More click to play.
Let's go, baby.
Here's how it works. You're a Stadia Pro
YouTube
subscriber,
integration?
you're watching your
Yeah.
favorite
Called
YouTube
it.
creator play
go.
PUBG,
Yeah,
That's the
no,
point.
we've
and you
got
feel
it.
like starting your own game with some friends. Just click the link they've shared in the description,
Beautiful. We're
and
finally
you're
getting
playing
it, boys.
PUBG instantly on
That's
Stadia.
the point for me.
YouTube integration.
It's that easy. You click, you play. No waiting, no game
Excellent.
download or update. The game just starts in seconds. It works with any game you claim with Pro or buy on the store. You can use Click to Play links on any Stadia supported device. It really is that easy. You click,
Good
you
man,
play.
good man.
Click to
Now
play.
let's talk games.
Yes.
You already know that you'll be playing some awesome games on Stadia soon, like Marvel's Avengers, Assassin's Creed Valhalla,
Yeah, we will.
and Cyberpunk 2077.
Hey.
By the end
You
of the
can
year.
play Cyberpunk the second it launches on Stadia.
Gotta
If
get
you
that
want to play
caveat
your
in there.
games on your TV,
Absolutely.
Stadia Premier Edition makes that possible with the included Stadia controller and Chromecast Ultra. And it's now just $99.99. Now
Nice.
I'm excited
We've
to
got
share
one, get
some of
into
the
it.
new games from devs big and small that you can buy and
New
play
game
soon on
time!
Stadia.
New games, new
A lot of
games!
the games you'll be
I
playing
need
this
to buy
year
new
come from our friends at 2K. In addition to Mafia 2 and 3 Remastered and Borderlands 3, you'll be able to play incredible sports games with your friends, like PGA Tour 2K21,
Yep.
WWE Battlegrounds,
Battlegrounds.
and NBA 2K21 this year. We built Stadia to make playing games with friends easier than it's
Nothing
ever
really
been.
new so
Grab
far.
a partner and a couple of controllers, or meet your friends online. It's time for some truly explosive multiplayer in Super Bomberman R Online.
Super Bomberman! What?
That popular series is coming to Stadia.
That's not what I would have
Super
expected.
Bomberman R Online.
They start making notes of
Battle
these.
64
Oh
mode.
my god.
Blast your way to
This
the
is on
top.
Switch, right, as well, this game.
Battle with up to 64
Yeah, so this is
players
essentially
simultaneously
Bomberman's
from
version of
around
like
the
Tetris
world.
99.
Blast away your
Bomberman.
rivals in multiple areas in this online
This is just
survival
come out of
battle.
nowhere.
This is,
Fight your way to
I mean,
the
I'm
end
gonna
and
tell
be
you
the
now, I used
last
to play
one
Bomberman on the
standing.
DS all the time.
Blast them up. Outlast
So this is
them.
great, this is
Be
beautiful.
Bomber 1.
But it's definitely not what I expected.
Take advantage of crowd play.
Crowd play.
Okay.
Seamlessly play with your favorite streamer. Join the streamer's game by accessing the link on the
Oh
screen.
man. Oh wow.
Suit up
So
your
it's literally just a click of a
character.
button. Yeah.
Pick out an outfit of your
Literally
choice
just a
and
click of a
head into
button there.
battle with style.
I think we're gonna have some fun with it.
Did
You
you?
can even
I
customize your
thought I
bomb.
saw a
And each
solid
style
snake
comes
skin
with
or
their
a big
own
boss
unique
skin for a second
blast.
on one of those bombs.
There are blasts that glitter and even tasty looking ones too. Suit up your bomber and get ready to have a blast.
Interesting.
Super Bomberman R Online. Coming to Stadia this autumn.
Order.
And now for a very different take on multiplayer.
Oh, just a slight change.
Slight change. A little bit darker. A little bit dark.
Cross-platform.
Yeah, it's that dead. Yeah. It sure was.
Exclusive features.
Crowd choice. Yeah, there we go.
A bit of
Oh my
demigod in
god,
there.
fantastic. So not
They
only
are
are we getting
excited.
YouTube integration, we've got click to play.
We're getting all the YouTube
We're
integration.
getting crowd play. We're getting crowd choice as well now. As far as it goes for like streaming purposes, that's incredible.
We are already wearing that.
Yes, we are. I believe it's already the case.
It says Skyrim there, Richie. Can I have a pint, please?
So obviously, with Elder Scrolls Online being with us, we get the newest DLC.
The Elder Scrolls
still.
Online came out last month on
Stonefall.
Stadia, free as part of Stadia Pro. It's only free to claim until July 16th, so add it to your collection today, and you can keep playing as long as you keep your Stadia
We've
Pro
got 2 more days to
subscription.
collect that then.
After the 16th, the Elder Scrolls Online will still be available to buy in the Stadia store. If you've been questing across Tamriel for years, good news. The Elder Scrolls Online on Stadia supports cross-play and cross-progression with PC and Mac. That means you can take your experience, items, and friends with you, wherever you take Stadia. Ready to play right now? You can click to play with the link in the description. Next up, more adventures from gaming's most serious action hero.
Ah, I don't really care about serious Sam. Show me something new. I'm slightly concerned. Yeah, I'm slightly concerned that we are 7, nearly 8 into still, we're going big on the features.
Go big or go home, Sam.
But so far, 2 of the games we've had trailers for are games that we already have.
Yes.
Or know of.
Hello,
Oh, here we
neighbour.
go. Hello, neighbour. We did hear whisperings of it. I think we saw an ESRB rating for it.
Yeah.
When it was coming.
He does look a bit creepy, doesn't he?
Oh, and we're getting Hello
Yeah.
Neighbour in a hide and seek as well.
Got crossplay.
Free with Pro. Fantastic.
This next game is totally original, absolutely
Okay,
weird,
so
and just as much fun.
September.
Sing your way through one hand clapping.
Okay, another one that we played on. One hand clapping.
It's the musical
Game I
one.
know nothing about. In some 2D journey vibes here, Chris.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely got a pastel colour palette like Journey has. When does he breathe?
Doesn't need to.
Someone clip that and give it.
Seems like a very zen kind of game.
Yeah.
Put some
Yeah.
earphones on, mellow out, clap with one hand somehow. How do you do that?
Early access available now.
What is this? So,
As the last remnants of humanity destroy themselves, the signal is still out there,
you've got my attention.
and with it lies the key to our salvation. We journey from the ruins of our old world and into what lies beyond.
I have no idea what this is.
The things I've seen, even I do not believe them.
Where I am taking these two, there's no coming back.
You think you're dreaming? What the? This is real.
Get on!
Quite taken by the aesthetic of this so far.
What line is beyond or just beyond, I'm going to say?
Do what you were sent here for! Go! Beyond the frontier!
It's the end of the goddamn world out there.
All
Beyond the
this
frontier.
resistance! This world is crashing down! And what will be left?
Beyond here, there's only death.
I do keep saying beyond a lot.
Beyond. A lot.
I'm finding that
It's
signal.
just called Beyond.
So from Beyond or something. It's got to have Beyond in the title.
Here we go. Outriders. There you go.
So
Some
Beyond.
games are so challenging and precise that even when you fail, you can't wait to come back for more. We're proud to announce the first Stadia game coming from the legendary developers at From Software. Test your skills with the 2019 Game of the Year, Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice.
We're getting Sekiro.
Nice.
Oh my god.
That was not so.
That was not expected.
And I bet Tom, you're a bit disappointed that's not Dark Souls.
I don't care whether it's not Dark Souls. It's a From Software game. I will take Sekiro. I'll take anything dark. Like, oh my god. I'm actually in awe right now. That was not expected at all.
No, not even remotely. I don't know why. I just assumed it was a PlayStation exclusive. But I suppose it isn't. Is this?
No, it's not Xbox as well.
Wow.
Season 8. PUBG.
Yeah.
Got Hitman. Which one? No, all of them or just the one?
Yeah.
Just the new one. Oh, there you go. September. Hitman
Yeah,
1 and 2.
Hitman. It looks like Square Enix are going all in on Stadia as well here. I'm loving this. This tells us that we're going to get some great stuff in the future.
Hitman 3 January. Guys are with some facts trying to do something in the store ready to play Marley as well.
Nice. Fantastic.
Yeah, we kind of knew that was coming.
Those are just some of the games you'll be playing on Stadia in 2020 and beyond. Now here's my teammate Khaled to tell you more.
Hi, I'm Khaled from Stadia Games and Entertainment. Our team creates and publishes games for Stadia in partnership with some of the most talented studios around the world. We're excited to announce just a few of the studios we are working with. Harmonix, the masters of music, delivering rhythm and passion to everything they do. Uppercut Games, specializing in environmental storytelling and boundless creativity.
Brilliant.
And Supermassive Games, the masters of horror gaming, bringing 10 years of award-winning expertise to Stadia.
Right?
Later this year, we'll be sharing more about what these talented studios are working on. But today, we're thrilled to give you a look at two of the games coming this year from Stadia Games and Entertainment. Let's start with a new creation from the shooter specialists at Splash Damage. We're proud to introduce Outcasters.
Outcasters. Oh boy.
Like little big planet shit right here.
Oh my god, that choice of song. Great song.
Is it Battle Royale?
It looks looks like it's an arena shooter. Obviously take a different perspective of it. It's like almost like a top down. But the trick here is that you can actually curve your shot. You can control your shot by the looks of things. Oh no, there's a ricochet.
We'll be showing you much more about casters this fall. But now, let's take a look at the return of a revolutionary tower defense series from our friends at Robot Entertainment. Get ready to play Orcs Must Die 3.
Available now.
I'm actually really looking forward to playing some Orcs Must Die 3 later, probably. Essentially it's tower defense, but just on an incredibly mad fantasy scale. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having a bit of fun with this. You can play it multiplayer as well, which is great. 2-player on there. Yeah, Michael, it's a little bit like Plants vs Zombies, but more like the version Garden Warfare one. It's just a sort of tower defense type game where you essentially have to stop the hordes of zombies. And we get it for free right now. Like literally load up the app and you can play it right now.
You can play Orcs Must Die 3 for free right now. All you need is Stadia Pro. It's that simple. Just click and play. Stadia Pro is just one way to get games. All of the games available on Stadia, including the ones you saw today, can also be purchased individually through the Stadia store. We can't wait to see how you're using Click to Play to enjoy all the games on Stadia. Share your stories with us and you could be featured in an upcoming Stadia Connect. Thanks for watching. You just learned about a new way to get to your games with Click to Play. You saw more games to play on Stadia, and you got your very first glimpse of what's coming from Stadia Games and Entertainment. We're just getting started. There's a lot more coming soon. See you on Stadia.
Okay, all right.
On the flip side, and just like that, the video ends.
Does. Sure does.
Let's play that loop over again, gentlemen. So, Stadia Connect over and done with for the summer, July. First thoughts. Tom, we'll go to you.
All right. Massively hyped for the support from Square Enix because that gives me really good feelings for the future in terms of potentially seeing more Final Fantasy titles, which I'm always for. But also like just seeing Outriders, was it? The game that they kept talking about, Beyond the Frontier.
Yeah, Outriders it was, yeah.
Yeah, so Outriders. Outriders, very excited to see that. I really like the concept, like the sort of feel of it. It almost felt a little bit Mass Effect, but maybe a little bit more hardcore in terms of the shooting element of it. Interestingly, yeah, Brian mentions in chat, no Apex. No Apex.
Yeah, didn't lie to us for once. That's weird.
No, they didn't. Massively excited as well for Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I never got it on PlayStation, but it's very, very much something I am interested in playing because I love the Dark Souls. I love the Demon Souls games as well. That sort of Soulsborne-esque title by From. Absolutely 100% on my side. Absolutely. Features, very much excited. That's obviously going to open up a lot in terms of content creation, and hopefully we'll see a lot of people in the community maybe even picking up and jumping into games with us. But other than that, I feel like I wanted to see more. I'm going to be honest. I feel like my level was a little bit quite high. So
Richie,
we'll see.
Let's go over to you then. What's your breakdown? We'll break down the games in a second, but yeah, just get your quick first take.
my quick first take is that you owe me a pizza.
Okay. I'm guessing you had the most points accrued through that then.
I'm the only one who got a point.
Okay, then our predictions clearly are not that great still.
Yeah, we're not good at predictions. I think they wasted time on some stuff that we already knew about. I didn't need to know about ESO, didn't need to know about Serious Sam here, or like Avengers, Cyberpunk, Valhalla, NBA 2K20, WWE Battlegrounds, PGA Tour. Like, this is that's a load of stuff I've just listed off that we already knew about. That took up time.
A bit of
Admittedly,
filler.
some of it was not much time, but
showcasing
like
it was interesting.
when we know there's still games that have already been announced that are kind of, where are they? Telling us stuff that we've heard about recently is kind of, okay, fine.
Yeah.
There's some really good stuff in there, though. The thing I'm most interested in is there's a couple of new developers on board.
Yeah, more importantly, I think. So if we start off then at the top of the list of the games, we'll just talk through them and get a brief snippet of our take on it. So they opened, obviously, with they gave us the rundown of games that are already coming to Stadia. First thing I think we caught out was they addressed Cyberpunk. They said it'll be ready to play when it's available on Stadia. Didn't quite lock in a date exactly, which I pretty much, that's them saying that it's not coming day and date. That's what I read into that. Otherwise, I don't think they would have mentioned it. What do you two think?
Yeah, I'd kind of agree.
And then
It comes back to the fact that we don't know when. I don't think anyone knows when it's going to be ready.
Yeah, very true. And then we broke into our first game announced, which is just replaying on screen now, which is Super Bomberman R. Tom, you were surprised and excited by that at the same time?
Yeah. I couldn't hide it. Unexpected, because it's very much the style of game that's designed for the Switch. So it's and I always sort of like associate Bomberman with Nintendo platforms rather than others. It has been on PlayStation, and I think there have been some more recent ones on the Xbox Arcade as well. But Bomberman on Stadia, yeah, I'm happy with it. I used to literally sit in my IT classes at school with my DS, classic grey DS, silver DS, and we used to play Bomberman that had the microphone, voice-activated bombs, with a little stylus moving things around as well. We used to have an absolute blast, pun intended.
Absolute blast. Richie, you got any history with Bomberman?
No, but I'm kind of like you. I don't know. There's part of me that feels like this is like it should be Nintendo exclusive.
Yeah, it's almost got that aesthetic that fits in finely with their wheelhouse.
And yes, you did see a snake skin in there, but I
so,
wouldn't read anything into that.
Metal Gear Solid not available on PlayStation 4 right now. You can't play the original Metal Gear Solid on PS4. It's kind of locked behind weird means, but you can play it on Xbox, which is weird. So what's to say you're not going to be able to play it on Stadia? But yeah, in terms of that, it did bring crowd play. That was the first introduction we saw of crowd play on Bomberman. So people are going to be able to jump in there as well. They then quickly switched over to the next game, which was Dead by Daylight, which also features crowd play. Tom, you got a little bit excited with the crowd play option there when you saw them voting for whether your votes were going to go towards the survivor or the hunter.
Yeah,
crowd choice for me is something that I feel is going to add a massive amount of versatility to streaming in particular. Something that is very near and dear to my heart as well. So having that integrated into a lot of our games, I'm hoping that we'll see a lot of fun choices, a lot of interaction with chat as well. I think it could be an absolute blast, definitely.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
I'm happy that we're seeing games take it on board, because this can then be a showcase to other developers almost. Like this is how this can work.
Yeah,
and also
really
another game from Konami.
Yeah,
I did 2 in a row from Konami.
Yeah, one of the really good things I actually appreciated about this particular Connect was I felt like the messaging was really clear. The art style they had on when it was popping up with how you can play this crowd share. Later on, when they get into explaining the difference between pro games and buying a game, I felt like they had some very slick art choices in there, and it actually just seemed more straightforward than they've made Stadia come across in the past. And the way they introduce things like crowd share and crowd play and stuff in this, and then showcasing it within a particular game, I thought lent itself really, really well to me simply watching it going, I get it. I can see how that could be fun. I could see how that could work, especially for us as content creators as well. We then got the Stormthorn.
Sorry to press you on this as well. Yeah. Sorry to press you on this. We're going to have about 5 minutes before we got to jump over.
I didn't realise we had a time frame on it.
Ah, well.
So yeah, other games we got Serious Sam 4. I'm happy with that there as well. We've seen bits of that anyway. We expected it. Again, this seems like one of those filler things where we knew about it ahead of time, so it was just another thing to add into that one. Hello Neighbour, we broke last week's, not this week's episode, the week before, because it got an ESRB rating for Stadia, so we anticipated that it was going to be coming over. Tom, I think we also call that one hand clapping, which is that really zen, I don't know, musical version of Journey.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Certainly did.
Are you testing out your frame rate there, Tom, with the one hand clap, or?
A little bit like that. I'm also having a bit, as you can see right now, I'm having a bit of internet
slight
issues
bit of stutter
right
as
now,
well.
so,
yeah. Big game though. We got the game that we did mention, Beyond, and then it wasn't called Beyond. It was called Outriders from Square Enix. Looks like some sort of mashup between Mass Effect, Destiny, and some other things, right? Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
That is a new game, right? I've not seen anything about that before.
No, I've not seen anything from it.
I mean, we all looked baffled when it was showing us the gameplay. It didn't look familiar to me. Then we got the big announcement of all the Hitman games coming over as well. So we're getting Hitman 1 and 2 in September. And then followed with Hitman 3 in the new year, January 2021, when that's coming, hopefully day and date with other platforms, which look really, really good. You two got history with Hitman games?
I used to enjoy playing them.
I've heard a little bit when I think one came. I think it might have been Hitman 1 came to PlayStation Plus before, and it's all right, but it's not really. There's too many integrated systems. I just found the game a bit too slow paced.
Very similar experiences with Richie, but I do enjoy the Hitman games, and I also appreciate the guys. So I do apologize. I know I am lagging because I'm getting the feeling that when I'm speaking, it's taking a bit of time to get to you. So try and be as quick as I can with these things. But yeah, Hitman is definitely a game that has a fan base as well. And with the announcement of it coming to Stadia, hopefully we see some people transition over. It seems like we're starting to build up a few more of those AAAs now, which is quite nice too.
Yeah, they're the ones that I think, as a collective, as a trilogy, it's great to have just kind of box in there just to jump in and play if you want to. The fact that we get all three is great. It means they're doing that backwards kind of, not compatibility, but they're digging further back, because they could have very much just give us the third game next year and not had to worry about porting the other two over. But to have them all as a set lined out for you, I think that just bodes really well, like you said, for the investment from the company, but also to flesh out that AAA title of like back catalogue that Stadia very much still needs. We saw as well Sekiro. Tom, I think that was your biggest surprise of the whole event, right? Sekiro coming to Stadia.
Yeah,
it's going to be a huge. I'm really excited for that.
Obviously, Game of the Year. Won loads of content awards over last year. Was it last year? Sekiro it was last year, right? In my head, I'm like, it's Untitled Goose Game, but then I'm pretty sure Sekiro was the shoe-in for most. Personally, I would prefer Sekiro over Goose Game as much as it's great that it won. I didn't feel like it merited all the plaudits it necessarily got.
It's a bit.
It was more of like a tongue-in-cheek joke towards the industry.
Game.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, no disrespect to it, but we didn't get Untitled Goose Game. That was your prediction, I believe, Richie.
Yeah, that was one of my predictions.
But you didn't need it. You didn't need that point anyway, because you swept us under the rug anyway.
Because we're so bad at making predictions. The only thing we got right was YouTube.
Exactly. They then touched on some of their partnerships coming up. So we know they've got a partnership now with Harmonix, which Guitar Hero fame, right? Or Rock Band fame, one of the two.
Both.
Or did they just do both? Did they? Fantastic.
They're also working. They're currently working on Fuser, which is a DJing game as well, akin to DJ Hero, but supposedly better as well. So that'll be an interesting one.
So look for Guitar Hero, Rock Band on the go on Stadia.
It's like Rock Band is in the later things. They did, I think, might have done. They did some of the early Guitar Heroes, but then I think they moved over to Rock Band.
Interesting.
But they also did Amplitude.
Oh yes, Amplitude's a good one as well.
Yeah.
We then got an update from Splash Damage for Outcasters, which was the Little Big Planet-esque Battle Royale looking kind of beat 'em up in the middle game. It looked, again, very interesting art style on there. I think it's probably going to go into it on the video in a second. We'll pull that up for you guys just so you can see it. Only on Stadia. So this is probably, one of the first true exclusives outside of Guilt that we've been getting. Very interesting design choice. Again, very Little Big Planet to me. Looks fun. Looks lots of couch co-op online play going on there. And then finally, they've delved into Orcs Must Die 3, which is available now on the Stadia store. We've also got... Tom, you're probably the most interested in Orcs Must Die 3, from what you've seen. They're really going to utilise the world of Stadia and allowing them to get as many enemies on screen as possible, kind of in a way Serious Sam is. You said it's similar. I think someone in the chat shouted out and said it was like Plants vs. Zombies. Not Battle Royale. Castle Defense game.
Yeah,
very
certainly
interesting.
Is that sort of feeling in terms of it, and I think it's really going to be the game that sort of begins the showcase of the tech and what can actually be achieved in terms of like the generation of assets in a video game at any one time.
Very true, very true. Richie, you looking to kill some orcs tonight?
Probably not. I might jump in at some point when I've got a bit more time, but I'm back at work tomorrow after a couple of days off, so
let's give that a link. And I think just before we wrap up on the Connect, do you want to give it a final score, you two, out of 10? What would you rate it?
Okay, I wonder whether I'm going to be a little bit harsh here. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I think it wasn't a disappointment. So it's definitely above a 5. I think anything less than a 5 would have felt like a disappointment. Mm-hmm. I think Sekiro and the Hitman announcements are probably the big things for me that I take from it that I'm very excited for. But I feel like perhaps as a community we got a little bit too hyped for it. So it sort of knocks it down a peg, really.
Potentially. Richie, do you want to give us your final score and take?
I'm kind of going for 6. I thought pacing-wise it was actually very good. There's quite a lot of stuff in there actually when you dig into it. But there's nothing like that. Things like Sekiro I think is a good get, but it's not a game that particularly excites me.
Yeah.
And that's where I think a lot of these games land. Like Hitman, again, it's a good get, good games. Not particularly that interested myself. So that's why I'd like to give it higher, but I think mainly it's Outriders is probably the only thing that I'm really interested in. And even that is kind of, this is going to happen at some point.
Yeah. I'd say as well, for me, I'd say a solid 6. Fast pace, really good, showed the games off, explained the tech very well, showed the integration very well. Similar to you, Richie, there's some things that I'm probably going to check out the Hitman games. It's been a while since I've played those. Sekiro is definitely on my radar, but I'm not quite a big fan of the Soulsborne games as Tom is. But there's a lot of games that in there for me are just personally filler. There's nothing like, it's great that the library's getting bigger, but I am a bit disappointed that they didn't come with us with any updates from like the EA titles. We didn't get any locked on dates for any upcoming games, so as far as we're aware, it's still just coming soon. Thought we would, just before we disappeared though, jump over to the shop. So we can see Orcs Must Die 3 is now available immediately. We saw someone in the chat drop that on there as well. Just to showcase anyone watching how good Stadia is, you can simply scroll down, click claim, and the game is yours, ready to play. An instant click to play, as they highlighted as well. Did you
just do from purchase to play live there?
Purchase to play live, yeah, our very first purchase to play live. But also noticing there is a Summer of Games sale just dropped as well.
Yeah.
So we've got some sales on games.
Octopath is on sale. Darkseid's Genesis, Dragon Ball Xenoverse, and Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, all on sale.
All dropped in there, Farming Sim. Yeah, Octopath finally down to £40, Tom. Does that get your money on Stadia?
Considering I've still got my £10 discount, I may very well get it now because that'll drop it down to cheaper than any platform.
We have One Hand Clapping is on new releases for £2.49.
Early access.
Yeah, early access.
Yeah,
early access.
That does have that caveat though. It is early access.
Early access if you want to jump in and play it. Although it's still not too bad even for early access. £2.49.
Yeah, I just don't really like early access as a concept.
As a concept.
NBA for £2.40, £2.50. So I mean, you know, I've just bought One Hand Clapping.
Just like that. Just like that. But yeah, so in general, I think across the board then, 6 out of 10 from the Sounds of Stadia crew. That's what we are going to... it's good. It's a great average to work out that when we all give it the same score.
Yeah.
Nice and easy to figure out. We'll obviously talk about this on the podcast. If you're not familiar, we do the Sounds of Stadia podcast every Monday, bringing you all these Stadia news wrapped up in a nice little bow for about an hour or so long, where we talk about that alongside all the other gaming news. The Connect is inevitably going to be the biggest topic of the week, so join us next Monday as we chat about all that. In the meantime, though, we are about to jump over to one of our friends in the Stadia community as well, Eddie Player One. We've got the link in the chat, I believe. So if you've got no final thoughts, gentlemen, we will say goodbye to our audience and we will join the community over there right now. So follow us on the link in the chat. Thanks for staying by. Don't forget to check out the podcast. Don't forget to give the video a like and a subscribe as well. It does mean a lot to us. Thanks for joining us for Stadia Connect. My name's been Chris.
I've been Tom.
I've been Richie.
There he is. He is with us after all. We've been Sounds of Stadia, watching a live reacts. Thanks for tuning in.
Sorry?
What? Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.